still in shock. You okay? I still have to watch you for the rest of the day, sir. Yeah. Yeah. Attitude. But this kid did not stop. He just kept running and running, and I see the pool, I see the water, and I'm thinking he's gonna stop before he went, and he almost hesitated, and then he just kept running and he just jumped right into the pool. Not gonna lie, when I say a part of me was apprehensive to say something, because my daughter is taking swimming, and I'm like, I just don't want her to have any negative experience, or that's, you know, me thinking I have to be closed mouthed just so nothing else happens. If you guys watched my last video, you'd have known about the incident that happened with my son and him falling into a pool. If you guys haven't seen that video, I'll probably have it in the description box below so you can check it out probably before this one, because then you can kind of follow through. You can follow up with what I'm talking about in this one and you won't be kind of lost. Before jumping into today's video, I want to first off say thank you guys for all of you guys who actually listened to my video. And thank you for all of your great comments and advice and your sympathy too, like the fact that you guys understood, know exactly where I'm coming from, and just made me feel like what I'm asking for isn't too much. And the fact that I feel frustrated by the void, that no one showed up and no one even cared, is not like, it's not me being unreasonable at all. And you guys confirmed that, so I really appreciate that. And that's what I love about this community. So I just took matters into my own hands, so to speak, because it is, how many days post? It is 5 days post incident. 5 days since my son fell in the pool, and I haven't heard a thing. So if you guys recall in that video, I explained that when my son fell in the pool, not a person got up to even check on us. Not a call or a tweet or a, is he okay? Not during, not after, not when I came home. Long story short, it's been 5 days and I still haven't gotten a tweet to see if he's okay. So basically after the incident, I came home and I was just trying to gather my thoughts. And I've been thinking, yes, I want to be in touch with these people. And I didn't call the first day, but the second day I called, and I wasn't really, they gave me a name to the director and said that she was unavailable, and I don't know, I wasn't given like straight things. They were like, oh, you should just write this down. But I'm like, no, I want it, like I didn't argue with the individual. I just took what they said, but in my heart, I'm like, I know I want to speak to this person. And I just left it over the weekend, went on, you know, continuing living my life. So then the next week rolls around and I call her bright thing Monday morning. I'm always getting mixed messages as to why this woman isn't available or why she is available but not ever answering her phone or returning messages. So then I called again today. When I called the second time, I left a voicemail, but I wasn't mean or in any way, shape, or form. If there's one thing that I've learned in this world is that if you want to be heard, you have to have tact. You can't just give in the moment, fume and all that, whatever you're experiencing, because like, what is that gonna do? She's gonna get her voicemail and be like, oh, okay, and probably not want to pick up the phone and call me or talk to me. I basically came from the place of just, I wanted to discuss an incident that happened at the swimming pool, and I just really wanted to approach it in a positive manner, and that's basically where I was coming from, to get my point across, but I'm gonna do my best to be as positive as possible. And so the message that I left kind of indicated that, and hoping that would kind of propel her to call me back, and I still got no call. So I took it up on myself just now. I basically just called and I shared my story. I shared basically the same thing that I told you guys, and overall I don't know how I feel about the conversation after I did all those things. She just sat there and was an ear and told me generic things. I unfortunately didn't feel like she was a person of compassion, so that did not go well. If there was a little bit of compassion in there, it would feel a little different, but unfortunately I felt none of that, and so that didn't lend well to the whole conversation. I was basically met with words like this should never have happened, and unfortunately this did not meet our protocol. Like, there's procedures that need to be done, and usually when this kind of thing happens, we take information and we document it and we do follow-ups and we just make sure that everyone is good. And I'm thinking, crickets. Like, what happened with my son? What happened with me? Why weren't there follow-ups done with us? Like, what in the world, you know? How coincidental that right when this happens to me and my son, there's just nothing happens, but it's usually being done. I really do try not to be that person. Like, when I have these debates with these people, or just even trying to explain myself, I use a lot of maturity. I do not even, you know, even when I'm explaining the video on here, I give a little bit more sass, because I don't even try to come across that way, but I do express myself in a manner where my tone gets heard, because I do think as parents we have to advocate for our kids, and advocate for correction in certain places, because, you know, the part of me, I'm not gonna lie, when I say a part of me was apprehensive to say something, because my daughter is taking swimming, and I'm like, I just don't want her to have any negative experience or a negative impact based on what I'm dealing with. I don't want it to be like that for her. So that's, you know, me thinking I have to be closed-mouthed just so nothing else happens. But that's sad. I shouldn't have to be, because how do we make change? Change comes about from stepping up. Change comes about from us voicing our concerns. And like I said, tact has to be a part of it. Overall, I really don't know where this conversation that I had just went, but it's just a reminder to us parents that we have to fight and advocate for our children. When it comes to swimming, it's definitely not an area where I feel like you can ever really let your guard down. This area and pools, it's just not that place. But at the same token, there's a thing called lifeguards, and the whole point of them is to be able to be there to save your kids. And apparently there was none that heard me and none that did this. And so my question for the lady was basically like, why is it that in my case not even one of the safety procedures that she discussed was even taken in effect? Because no one came and spoke to me, no one followed up with me. Someone came, but they came and approached it all wrong, and he didn't even have the common courtesy to go back and relay it. I'm thinking, if it's a safety, if this is a protocol, how come for me nothing was documented, nothing was done? All I know is I'm grateful that I said something, because I think overall I know I'm doing right by my son by speaking up and saying something and not just sitting back and letting this slide. Because how sad would it be if something happened to someone else and I'm like, oh, there, you know, that's exactly what happened to me. It would kind of burn, because I would feel like, you know, a model that I go by is that I do unto others as you expect others to do unto you. And if I expect more from this community, I too can serve my community, and I want to do right by the community. You know what I mean? I don't just expect people to do it for me. I think we're all here to kind of do it for one another. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think of today's video and the feedback that I got. I don't know. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. No, Zabby.
There's nothing to hold on to, so don't jump.
No jumping, please.
Talk to me nice.